Hey guys, it's Maddie. In this video, I'll explain to you the jump phase of a turn in the amazing new board game, Fearless Franco. Let's take the scheduled jump card from the card stand and take a look at it. The card has 3 items we need for the jump: the vehicle, the difficulty, and the payout. Now, Franco must decide if he wants to perform a luck or skill jump. For a luck jump, Franco simply rolls a die. And when attempting a luck jump, if the designated vehicle has no damage, ignoring upgrades, then Franco will roll twice and take the better roll. To attempt a skill jump, Franco must use the jump ramp, the jump difficulty slider mat, and jump landing target mat, with the appropriate vehicle token. If Franco is in his right mind, if he has 1 injury or less, then Franco gets to decide whether he attempts a luck or skill jump. However, if Franco is banged up, has 2 or more injuries, then his girlfriend gets to decide if he attempts a luck or skill jump. After it is decided whether Franco will be performing a luck or skill jump, Franco draws a single special circumstances card, sometimes called an event card. These cards can affect 1 or more of the aspects of the jump's difficulty, the jump's result, the jump's payout, or even its scheduled season. A special circumstance card could even allow the players to make side bets or penalize the other players. Special circumstance cards are crazy and vary greatly in their influence on the jump. Keep in mind that there are certain B cards the player has that can change the special circumstance cards. Now let's perform a skill jump. To set up a skill jump, place the jump ramp next to the jump landing target mat, but there will be a set distance apart. That distance depends on the jump difficulty from the jump card. Use the jump difficulty slider mat to adjust the distance. If the difficulty is piece of cake, then only the image on that slider mat should separate the ramp from the target. However, the more difficult the jump, the greater the distance. So, if the difficulty is impossible, then all the images of the difficulty slider will separate the ramp from the target. After setup, choose the appropriate vehicle token and slide it up the ramp with enough force for it to make it to the target. You may need to hold the ramp with 1 hand and slide it with the other. Here's the rule if the vehicle token straddles more than 1 landing zone. If the token lands right side up, then take better landing. But if the vehicle token lands upside down, then you must take the worst landing. So, for example, this landing result would be so-so, but this landing must be bad. Once you all know the final jump landing, including any modifications from played cards, then move on to the jump chart to determine the jump result. Jump results are determined by the jump chart. The result is the intersection of the jump landing and the jump difficulty. Of course, players may play a card to affect either of these. Each jump result has 4 effects: injury to Franco, which is the red droplet, damage to the vehicle, which is the gray hex, gain or loss of money, which is the green $sign, and gain or loss of glory, which is the gold star. For injuries, the doctor rolls a die, the number of times listed in the results, and applies injury tokens to Franco's body that matches the doctor's roll. Franco can receive multiple injuries to a body part, so you can stack the injury tokens. For vehicle damage, the mechanic rolls a die, the number of times listed in the result, and applies damage tokens to the parts and/or upgrade of the jump vehicle that match the mechanic's roll. Only 1 damage token can be assigned to a part or upgrade. No stacking. Note how 1 die roll can damage multiple parts and upgrades. For example, if Franco had used his motorbike in the jump and received damage, and the mechanic rolled a 2, then the bike steering and both upgrades are damaged. However, if the mechanic rolls the same number, then there is no additional damage and the roll is expended. So, the mechanic rolling doubles is a good thing. Franco receives money and glory from the payout listed on the jump card. Franco gets the payout regardless of the jump result, and the jump chart result can add or subtract money and glory. In other words, if a landing is especially horrible, such as destroying property or injuring spectators, then Franco will lose money. Or if Franco botches a simple jump, then he will lose glory. It's all in the jump chart. After the jump is finished, then that jump card is placed on a spot on the board for completed jumps. After a jump, it needs to be determined if Franco has received enough injuries that he is forced into retirement or dies. This depends on the game difficulty you chose before the game began. But players may also play a B card at this time to affect this. If Franco is forced into retirement, then the timepiece token is moved to Doc's retirement home and Franco retains any money he has. If poor Franco has died, then the timepiece token is moved to the cemetery, and take all the money out of the bank and replace it with Franco's money. This becomes his estate. If the jump Franco just completed is in year 10 and he survives, then Franco gets to retire gracefully. Move the timepiece token to graceful retirement and Franco receives 1 glory token. Franco then retains all the money he has. Once Franco has retired or died is when your endgame strategy comes into play. All players now reveal their hold cards. If Franco has retired, but your hold card specifies his death, then you will not get its bonus points. If your hold card just says retirement, but does not specify forced or graceful, then it means both. If after a jump, Franco has not retired nor died, then the girlfriend must schedule the next jump. She draws 2 jump cards, discards 1, and places the other in the card stand and on the time track. The jump decision is the girlfriend's alone, however. She is also allowed to solicit advice or bribes from Franco or anyone about which jump they prefer. If it is a long game and the jump cards are exhausted, then simply shuffle up the discarded jumps to make a new jump deck. Whew, that was a long video, but now you know how jumps are made in Fearless Franco. Thanks for playing! Please make sure to like these videos and subscribe to Fearless Franco's channel for more game content. You can also follow me on Instagram at mads0012.